Hello, Steve Mills here. It's great to be back on my podcast called Results and sharing with you some more ideas and ways in which you can grow your business. Now, some of you may know that I used to play table tennis at international level. I was a full-time professional player. Played in both England and in Germany, played in the Bundesliga for Germany, actually for Bayern Munich, for the football club, as well as DJK Käfertal in Mannheim. And, I didn't quite travel the world, but I went to many places, played many of the best players in the world. My aim was always to be the world champion. I never got really anywhere near that, to be honest, but I did become the 6th best in England. I was in the top 10 players in England for over 10 years. I beat the world number 3, the world number 5, and the world number 16, and won something like, I think it was about 40 open tournaments, either at singles or doubles. And so I did quite well. One thing that I've sort of picked up in that time is that, if you're going to be good at something, you've got to be focused. When I started playing table tennis at the age of 13, I literally stopped everything else. I was a mad keen footballer at the time. And all of a sudden, that was it. I'd found something that I was good at. And people say, why table tennis? I said, well, because I was rubbish at everything else. When I was a young boy growing up in Sheffield, I tried to, my aim was one day I was going to play for Sheffield Wednesday. And, to be honest, I never even got in the school team, despite playing virtually every day from about the age of 1, I think, right the way through to being 12, 13 years old. I just never had that ability or the coaching or whatever it takes to get to that sort of level. I didn't have it. But when I picked up a table tennis bat, I could sort of do it. Not quite instantly, but, pretty quickly. I went from, I was 13 and a half when I started playing and played against China on my 18th birthday. So that's 4.5 years going from startup beginner to playing against the Chinese world champion. Getting my arse kicked, by the way, but, nevertheless, I still got good enough to play at international level inside 4.5 years. And my message and reason I'm telling you all this is that, in marketing, you cannot really, I don't think, well, you could if you've got enough people, but in a small business, excuse me, in a small business, you can't be good at everything. If you've got a LinkedIn manager and a Facebook manager and an SEO expert who works full time in your business and an email marketing department and so on and so forth, perhaps you can become perhaps you can employ experts in all those disciplines. But in a smaller business, maybe you're a startup business, or perhaps you're, somebody who's been going for a while, you employ a few people, or you might even be a 6 or 7 figure business, perhaps you turn over several £1 million, but you've still not got, a massive marketing department. If that's you, my number one piece of advice to you is that, it's okay being reasonable at lots of things in terms of your marketing. But, in my experience in sport and life, in marketing, in sales, being average does not give you average results. It gives you poor results. At best, it gives you average results or the same results as most other businesses. And you know what? You really don't want the same sales and marketing results as most other businesses in your industry, because most are pretty rubbish. They don't do very well. Marketing is a subject that's, it's a hard nut to crack, Most marketing money and time is totally wasted. Most people are going on to LinkedIn and winning zero business. Most people, when they stick an advert in the newspaper or do, Google pay-per-click advertising, doesn't really produce very good results for them. So, having a business where you do, 20, 30, 40 different things in an average way is, for me, it's not a good idea. And it's something that I teach and preach on my results program. I talk to people on the program about being outstanding at one thing. Become excellent. Decide, take a look at all the things that you're doing in terms of your marketing right now and work out which is the one that's got the most potential for giving you truly outstanding results. It might be the one that's working already. It might be the one that you're really good at, but you're not really doing very much of. What is the one big thing that, when identified, will totally and utterly transform your business? And then go and spend a load of time getting really, really outstanding. When I say outstanding, I mean standing out from your competitors at that one big thing. And when you've done that, you don't rest on your laurels. You don't think, oh, well, I'm doing really well now. You go and find another big thing. Go and find something else that you could do, Is there 2 ways you could market yourself in a truly outstanding way? And then guess what? When you've done that, you know where I'm going here, don't you? Go and find another one. So you've got 3 things now that you're doing absolutely in an outstanding way, and so on and so forth. And that's really what I believe is, in 2020 and going forward, is the way forward. Because one of the big problems that so many businesses that I speak to face when I start working with them, and I say, so tell me, let's just get on the table right now. What are you doing in terms of your marketing? They'll say, well, we got a website, we're doing email, doing LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, also doing Instagram. I'm doing some advertising on Facebook as well. I go networking, and we do some leaflet drops, and we exhibit, and we've tried a bit of PR, and we also do, I'm not sure I've mentioned email, but we do email, and we've done some Google AdWords as well. So we've got like 14 things, that none of which really work very well, because that's my next question. Out of those 14 things I mentioned, which ones are creating the most income and the most profit, and what's the profitability of each one? So you're spending X amount of time on LinkedIn. How well's that working? How many leads have you got from that? So how many have you got from your website? How much business has your website created? So if you're on YouTube, how much are you getting from that? How much business has YouTube created? Because I tell you what, these marketing guys and these businesses who say, well, our website it's just a brochure site. We don't expect to win business from it. What a load of crap that is, to be honest. People say, well, I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't do very much. Well, why not? Why aren't you learning how to use LinkedIn? I just don't get it. I've tried email marketing. We sent out an email once a month, a newsletter, but it hasn't produced any business for us. What a shock that is. We've got to do more of this. We've got to do it better, and we've got to do more of it. So that's really my message. So if you want any help with this, if you want to, spend a bit of time with me, talking to me about your business and how you can improve the results that you're creating. I really do believe, quite sincerely, that the key for me and my marketing is to help people, and to do so is to help people before I ask for any money. So what I try to do is to demonstrate that I know what I'm talking about, and I do that in a meeting with you. If you want a meeting, it's called a results breakthrough meeting, where we break through on improving your results on one thing. And when we've done that, you're in a position to make a decision. And that decision is really, do you know what? I really need more help from Steve. Or that decision is, thanks, Steve, and I'm going to go and do this myself. And, do you know what? I really don't mind which way you go. What I want you to do is to grow your business. As I record this podcast, it could be that, this is the one thing that you do that enables you to survive in your business in these tough times. So if you want to book a meeting, then the action you need to take now, not in 3 hours because you'll forget or whatever. Now, go to my website, go to www.stevemills, Mills is mills.co.co, that is, and book a meeting. You'll see on the homepage there's a link. You can go in there, you can access my diary, you can schedule a time that's good for you. Obviously at the moment that's got to be an online meeting. We use Zoom. It's really cool. If you don't want to use that, if you don't like technology, we can pick up the phone, and failing that, we can do carrier pigeon. Just joking there, but if you want to do it, it'd be great, and look forward to hearing from you. So speak soon, and thanks very much for listening.